Preface to the first edition. Few subjects going back in mankind's history are so widely misunderstood in our modern, high-caloric civilization as fasting. The important role it can play, and has played, is often distorted in the public mind or twisted out of shape by grotesque and groundless fears based not on truth but on prejudices, scientific misinformation, or complete lack of information. The purpose of this book, based upon my own experiences, studies, and observations over a period of 45 years of conducting fasts as a hygienist, is to put into focus the true role fasting can play in promoting and maintaining good health, in eliminating pain, in weight reduction and control, and in prolonging human life. This role will be explained and discussed in detail, not as a cure, for fasting itself is not a cure, but as a means of permitting the resources of the body itself to take over, to effect healing, or take off pounds at a rate unmatched by any other method. One of the primary purposes of this book is to answer the many questions about fasting which have begun to flood the offices of those who write about weight problems for the newspapers and magazines. Since overeating and overweight have become primary health problems in the United States and some European countries, the quest for information about how to lose pounds safely is a never-ending one on the modern scene. At the same time, a revival of interest in the means of mind-body care, as developed by those who believe in natural hygiene, has brought close attention to the theories and findings of hygienicists developed over nearly a century and a half. It is axiomatic that the medical profession has battled stoutly all these theories. Many of the advances of recent decades have been achieved only after bitter warfare and denunciation by entrenched medical opinions. Progress has been made inch by inch, spoonful by spoonful, in the business of developing proper eating and living habits. Yet fasting goes back over centuries, not only in matters of health, but also in religious ritual. In recent years, investigators who have contributed greatly are Dr. Henry S. Tanner, Sylvester Graham, Dr. Robert Walter, Dr. John H. Tilden, and Dr. George S. Wager. One could multiply these names many times over. These are the experienced men of the 19th and 20th century. Scientists, investigators, scholars who dedicated themselves to the study and practice of the basic truths of hygienic living, with particular emphasis on the role of the fast. It must be understood that for best results, it is unwise to departmentalize too much in our thinking. The body is a complex organism in which all parts are interrelated. Good health, therefore, is a single thing, encompassing and including every aspect of ourselves, physical, mental, and emotional. What we are considering here goes beyond the simple problems. It concerns the whole individual. These are general considerations presenting an approach to good living. Only the expert in fasting is capable of directing the individual with his particular health problem, his special need and goal. Our purpose here is to give the layman, the average reader, a broad perspective with some details and occasionally technical background and information, and hope in the area that has to do with ways by which man can live better, feel better, last longer. Because overeating has become one of the great physiological and psychological problems in our age here in America, I am placing particular importance on this aspect of the subject in the early chapters of this book. Weight reduction alone is only one part of the picture. To maintain proper weight and proper physical condition, many of us require a total renovation of our eating habits, our working habits, our understanding of the real need for rest and relaxation. All of these are a part of the broad philosophy embodied in the chapters of this book. There is no necessity to be overweight, nor any need to be crippled with self-inflicted disease brought on by the totality of destructive living habits which too many of us pursue. I am not therefore presenting merely the hygienic concepts of diet, exercise, rest, correct habits, and routines. For the present, indeed, I will deal with a totally new way of life. Herbert M. Shelton.